Welcome to Frank Bruno Law. I am Frank Bruno. I'm an elder law and estate planning attorney in New York. Today, we're going back to the fundamentals. I'm going to give you 3 elements of a valid will. Before I get to that, if you would like to speak with me about your will, or speak to me about your estate plan, or if you have any questions about elder law, please go to callfrankbruno.com. Gotta fix the lips. Callfrankbruno.com. Thank you. Now, 3 elements of a will. So, a will must be in writing. Generally speaking, I'm going to give you, not generally, specifically speaking, actually speaking, right now speaking, the first element that I'm going to detail is execution. And execution is that, well, it's actually the signing of the will and making sure it's done properly. But element 1 of the 3 elements of a valid will would be, it has to be in writing, signed before 2 witnesses. That makes it a valid will. Now, I will tell you what I add and what most other estate planning attorneys add is an affidavit. It's a sworn statement that the witnesses observed the person signing the will. Have to sign in the presence of each other and have to have observed the person signing the will. It's a testator. Now, element 1. Element 2, the person needs capacity. They have to know who their natural bounty is. They have to know who they're leaving their assets to. If they're leaving someone out, they need to know that, right? So they have to have capacity. And that's why we have witnesses. The witnesses have to say that the person had capacity, right? They were of sound mind. Not in any medical sense, just they seemed like they had a reasonable sense of where they were, oriented to time and date and place, maybe had a little conversation with them, and publicly declared that this was in fact their last will and testament. And then the third element to make a will valid is that the will cannot have been made under duress, right? So if there's a gun to your head and a person says, leave, put me in your will, that's duress. That will invalidate the will. Now, we rely upon the witnesses as well to say that there was no duress, no visible duress while they were there and the will was executed. Now, there are other things that we could say that would invalidate a will or validate a will, but as far as fundamentals, I'm going to leave it there as for the 3 elements of a valid will. If you would like to speak to me about your will, please go to callfrankbruno.com. Thank you.